Welcome to Pack, one of Tyrone's GamerSupps reviews. This is not a sponsored video. This is simply to make some filler content and offer a bit of variety to my channel. Please note, I do not care about VTubers or streamers in general, and am not here to comment on the content creators some flavors are marketed on other than where it may be relevant for critique or review of the product. This is purely my opinions on these products as energy drink alternatives. As I have no side effects to report, these reviews are strictly based on flavor and artwork. Flavor because of the obvious, and artwork as I am an artist myself, and to critique the packaging as the aesthetics and chase/collection aspect of the designs are also an important part of the product's marketing. A double serving, 16 ounces, of GamerSupps is equivalent in caffeine content to most energy drinks of similar size. For more details on the supplements included in the mixes, please consult the official website. Now, with all the disclaimers out of the way, let's begin. Good! Flavor, cherry. While this isn't undrinkable, I really do not like it. It is quite evident they were aiming for the flavor of cherry Kool-Aid, as it does smell very similar, and the initial taste comes close. Once the aftertaste hits, it all changes. It goes from Kool-Aid to the cheapest cherry-flavored children's medicine imaginable. This awful taste lingers like Cyrax's stink and will take quite a while to dissipate. I give it a 2 out of 5 in flavor, saved only by the fact it's still tolerable enough that I would take it over a caffeine headache. I only tried a sample pack of this one, so I did not have the means to test the flavor through dilution or ice. Only cold water. I am not a fan of the artwork, but I will give it a point in that it would stand out quite a bit in a shelf arrangement of supps, owing to its striking simplicity. That, however, is also why I have to detract points, as the artwork itself is nothing special in and of itself. It's just a pair of eyes within the words, good. That's it. Most annoyingly of all, nothing on the packaging indicates what flavor it is in any immediate or implied sense. 2 out of 5. In total, Good gets a final score of 4 out of 10. Substandard. Lemonade. Flavor. Do I even need to say it? Another flavor that isn't undrinkable, but isn't great by any means. Tastes like the cheapest instant lemonade you can pick up from pretty much any store. Diluting or icing it doesn't do much to mitigate that it really isn't that great on its own. I have mixed it with Pestyli's Antidote and Cinder's Power Punch, and it helped improve the flavor of either mix quite well by adding a nice hint of lemon to both. On its own, it's only a 2 out of 5, but when mixed, it at least bumps it up a little to a 3 out of 5, resulting in 2.5 out of 5 on flavor. When it comes to the artwork, it is standard and eye-catching enough to serve its place as a supplement/energy drink and fits right in with the typical market aesthetics while being identifiable enough on its own. Several of the more basic flavors have similar artwork, and a handful of those have chase alt arts. This is not one with an alt art, so I can only rate it on the standard one. As such, it is a resounding 2.5 out of 5. Total tally for lemonade, 5 out of 10. Just average. Pestyly's Antidote. Flavor, lime. Stands perfectly fine as its own flavor, though not one of my favorites. Tastes of tangy artificial lime, but it's certainly a bit more palatable when diluted down a bit. It can be a bit pungent and overbearing at 2 scoops to 16 ounces. On its own, it sits at a 2.5 or 3, and gets bumped up a little when mixed with lemonade, as lemon and lime tend to be good bedfellows. Flavor sits at a 3 out of 5. As for the art, it's okay. The palette of the art hints towards the flavor that is otherwise absent on the labeling, but not enough to really piece together without trying it. You wouldn't know if it's green apple, lime, pear, maybe even kiwi if you want to double up on the bird-like appearance of a plague doctor. I have no complaint about the logo, as it does its job just fine. There, however, isn't much going on with the background putting almost all of the focus on the character art. While I don't take too much issue with the character design itself, the overall outfit feels too immodest for the plague doctor motif they were going for. I can't imagine it's safe or sanitary to be slinging around potions in such skimpy attire. There is no chase art for this one. 2.5 out of 5. It would be higher if there was any real indication of the flavor. Total tally 6 out of 10. Slightly above average. Raw meat. Flavor. Watermelon cantaloupe. To start, this flavor smells absolutely delicious as watermelon drinks tend to. If it tasted as good as it smells, it would be an easy 5. Now that's not to say this one is bad by any stretch of the imagination. Quite the contrary. It comes very close to being a perfect flavor, tasting heavily of watermelon and a slight bit of cantaloupe, with a nice but subtle sour aftertaste. Quite sweet, which could be a turn-off for someone looking for a more muted flavor. I only had a sample pack of this one to try, so no chilling or diluting, but I would imagine the later could help level out the sweetness a bit to make it a bit more enjoyable for those of us that are not sugar fiends. I would rate it a 4.5, but I need a tub of it in order to really be certain. I can see myself buying a tub of this. As it stands, 4 out of 5 on flavor is the score. The artwork of this one is quite simple, having a motif of the namesake. While I stated earlier I'm not here to comment on the content creators, it's a bit relevant here for the sake of explaining my scoring on the design. This was a collab flavor with Meat Canyon, an animator known for grotesque and often humorous animations, so the aesthetics of viscera and shock is very in line with the packaging. Before I tried raw meat, the idea of drinking something of the sort mixed with the packaging left me with palpable unease. Artistically, it's quite sound for how simple it is. 3.5 out of 5. It would be 4, but nothing about the packaging indicates the actual flavor beyond color, and red/orange is simply far too common a color for a wide variety of drinks to discern it as watermelon. This is fairly common with GamerSupps packaging, and I wish to remain consistent in this scoring. Total tally 7.5 out of 10. Hey, that's pretty good. Thanks for watching. I'm off to rip the divine spark from Yaldabaoth for my stupid, malformed loser father. Until next time, don't be dorks.